It was a record-breaking 1 hour and 48-minute speech. U.S. President Donald Trump delivered the State of the Union, doubling down on his tariff plan and touting a booming American economy. Now, he was greeted, of course, to this applause as he came and stepped in front of Congress yesterday at the Capitol. This was last night. He defended a lot of some of the controversial policies that he has put forth, including his policy on immigration and the ICE the controversy that has really just taken over certain cities in the U.S. He also said that financially conditions are improving for Americans, saying fuel prices are coming down, the market is performing, and this is coming as 39% of U.S. adults approve his handling of the economy. So it is not a glowing review from a lot of his constituents. Now, when it comes to what Canada really needs to listen out for, it was his talk about tariffs. So if you take a listen here, he discusses tariffs just a few days after the Supreme Court struck down the way he implemented those international taxes. Take a listen.
Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful, country-saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in.
So he was quite restrained when speaking about the Supreme Court during this speech, because last week when the decision came down, he was a lot more vocal about his distaste and dislike for what they had
because they would have been in the room.
Oh, yeah, they were right there. He came in, he did greet the Supreme Court justices who were there. And he was a lot more restrained there. When it comes to tariffs, though, he talked about, at one point, tariffs taking over, becoming like the modern day income tax for the U.S., kind of replacing income tax.
You might start to hear him saying different terms like fees rather than tariffs, and getting rid of that tariff.
Getting rid of that. And this is a lot of this conversation around tariffs has to do with our renegotiation, of course, of CUSMA, which is coming up very soon. And the way that it was talked about yesterday and has been talked about over the last few days just with trade representatives in the U.S. is the fact that tariffs could become a larger part of trade policy for the U.S. So how will these tariffs play into those negotiations?
I can only assume there were clashes with Democrats throughout the speech.
There were. So a lot of Democrats actually boycotted the speech completely, but the representatives who did show up at one point or several points throughout the speech when Republicans would stand up to applaud, Democrats refused. They would not applaud. They would not stand up either. A lot of them sitting there silently as well. The representative for Minnesota, Ilhan Omar, she actually was vocally heckling Trump as he was discussing some fraud that has taken place in Minnesota, blaming it all on the Somali community in that state. She yelled, called him a liar, and said he should be ashamed of himself. So there was a lot of that talk as well.
U.S. Olympic hockey team, they were honored.
They were there.
Connor Hellebuck given the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest honor for a civilian. That is something. First ever hockey player. There has been many sports figures in the past, but receiving that is quite the honor.